Kevin Durant was on Quinn Richardson and Darius Miles' podcast, and he was asked an interesting question. They said, if you could make up a team, including yourself, comprised of your former teammates, what team would you create? And they allowed him to take his current Brooklyn roster as well. Well, here is the team that he compiled. Makes sense. Got Kyrie, of course. He teamed up with him. James Harden. Yep, that makes sense. Got himself. Okay. Draymond Green. Serge Ibaka. They said we can switch everything on D. We've got all-world scorers. That's a perfect team. Jalen, there's one human being that's going to be in Springfield in the Hall of Fame who is sometimes called the greatest shooter ever. Steph Curry is not on this list. Is he sneak dissing Steph with this list?
How about this? You didn't mention another guy that he played with and averaged a triple-double for 3 straight years. That he went to the NBA Finals with in OKC. Russell Westbrook was also omitted from that team. So here's a couple of things. He went by positions. So in theory, I understand where he was going, and he got to add Kyrie because he basically went to play with the Nets because Kyrie was going to be a part of the squad. And I know that it seems that he's throwing shade at Steph because he is. He won 2 championships with the Golden State Warriors. He went there to run on Steph's team.
And also, he's like, we can switch everything on D. Like, oh, can you? Kyrie Irving can switch everything on D? And I get it.
James Harden, D?
In his defense, exactly. In his defense, he did go by position. But if I was making that team, I would include either Steph or Westbrook. And it's to be like, me and Draymond can handle the bigs. We'll be fine. We have the Battle of New York City, the Battle of the Boroughs. Huge game in Brooklyn where the Nets take on the Knicks. I don't know why I'm so excited for this trash game, but we had 50 points from Kyrie Irving in game 1 of this season, 50 points. And now he goes against the Knicks. What do you expect to see from Kyrie?
Kyrie talked about basically trying to put on a show in honor of his grandfather who passed away a year ago to when he dropped that big game, his opening night for the Nets. But here's what's going to have to happen. I told you it was going to be a show. And for New Yorkers, and you from the East Coast, I don't have to tell you this. They love the ball handling wizardry. They love the oohs and the ahs.
Oh, yeah.
They love the ankle breaking. And then you worry about the finish. Yep. And then you worry about the score. And so what Kyrie and the Nets now have to do is to allow Karis LeVert, Taurean Prince to be able to make plays and feel involved, because you don't want to be that ball-dominant primary ball handler that gets 50 points in the first game, but then it doesn't look good when you're not efficient on certain nights. So they just have to find a level of balance, and I think that's going to start tonight.
So, Jalen, when I saw all the pieces that the Knicks picked up in the offseason, I said to myself, oh, this is interesting. And then you look at their roster. They've got like 11 players that all feel like they should be getting real minutes, and it causes a problem. And we saw it in the first game. Dennis Smith Jr. played just over 10 minutes in the first game. Fizdale favored Elfrid Payton over him. And my question for you is, do you think that Dennis Smith will bounce back and sort of regain his spot and his minutes in the point guard position for the Knicks?
I think he'll bounce back. But for those that were watching the game, the Knicks were playing well. And one of the things Elfrid Payton is going to do is defend. And you're playing at San Antonio. You get off to a good first half. You're playing them close through 3. Julius Randle has some sort of injury issue with his leg. He goes out of the game. And while he's in and out of the game, the Spurs go on like this 18-0 run and become the San Antonio Spurs on their home floor and find a way to get a win. But for Fizdale, this is what it's got to be. You got to go in there. You got to earn your minutes fast. When you have a deep team, like you said, where a lot of people expect to play minutes, I anticipate Dennis Smith Jr. is going to bounce back, and he's going to play quality minutes all season for this team.
I think so, too. I really like Dennis Smith Jr.'s game. I mean, they essentially traded Kristaps Porzingis for him, so he's going to get some minutes. Moving on.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, highlights, and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.